Hello everyone, how's life? Welcome to the Linux Cafe, the 10th video. This is Jacob. We're going to talk more about strings in C. It's 3 a.m. I'm so tired, but let's record the video. So I thought this is important, so let's finish it. In this video, we're going to talk more about strings. As we talked in the previous video, you guys right now know some good things about the strings, which I'll extend your actually data and the things you know in this video. So in the previous video we talked about many things such as uh, string variables and as arrays, we talked about the ways that we can initialize our strings in C. So string initializers. You know this both ways. So this one is read-only, this is a pointer to a character, and this one isn't read-only. This one is used like the array notation. So we can change it. Let's just open something like strings. So nvim is better. Strings.c. Why the swap? Vim boom.c. I'm going to retro box. It's good. It's super light, but I can see. Let's include things. Include stdlib, of course. So our main function. Return exit success, or you can simply say return 0. Okay, that's just a macro, which its value is 0. By the way, we can say char r opening closing brackets without the size. That's just fine. The compiler will find out what the size is. And sorry, we can say, for example, Tarok is not a bad programmer. He is normal. And then we're going to exit, and we're going to open this using nvim, and we're going to use retrobox here so it's dark. I was going blind. Okay, so here we can have access to each index in this string. So we can say printf %c for character and \n for the new line. So we can say r0. And of course we can also say, why don't I just copy that? I'm sick in the head. 1 1, what is it? Okay, and we can also have r1. So let's see what we'll get. Saving and gcc boom. Why boom? I don't know. So we have t and a. We can have access to each index. And of course we can have pointers to this array, because arrays are pointers under the hood. So I'm, as I told you, I'm going to record many videos for pointers specifically. But if you see I'm using, for example, pointers in this kind of videos, it's just for you guys to see different scenarios that pointers come to play. And for example, you guys can feel how pointers live in C. So T break, sorry, I'm a T guy. So here we can have a pointer like ptr to r, and these two are equivalent. We can have, for example, ptr2 to ampersand of r0. These two notations, these two expressions are the same. These two are the same. And why? Because arrays are pointers under the hood. So here the array is like this. For example, it's a pointer to the first character in the memory, in that memory region. So it's pointing to t. And when I say there's a character pointer which starts from r, it's actually the same with this one. So it's the ampersand, which is the address of the array 0. So this returns the address of the 0th index of the R, which is T. Okay, this has an address. We will talk about this in detail in the pointer section. Okay, just don't worry, just go on with the video. I know what I'm doing. So these two must print the same data. We can say printf ptr data. Some guys say it was data. Person C dollar what PHP. Oh my PHP. So we can say asterisk ptr and asterisk ptr2. Asterisk ptr2 means the data of that address. Okay. So it's a GCC boom. So they both return T. Okay, so these are the same. They both return T. And the fun fact is that in pointers arithmetic, we will talk about this a lot. The fun fact is that we can increase the pointer. I can say the ptr plus plus. And now if I say printf, person C, another time, ptr, of course I'm not getting T. I'm going to get, as you guys can now actually imagine or guess, yes, with the word guess, we're going to have A because we incremented the pointer, so it's going to point to the next address. Okay, pointers are all about addresses in memory, in the RAM. Yeah, and pointers to different segments, as we have in assembly. For example, the data segment, the, I don't know, extra segments, and so on. The stack segment. Anyway, another thing that I want to talk about is the null byte or null char. Null byte char, which is this one. This fun guy here. In the book, we have it here. We talked about len in the previous video. So here is a good example so you guys can feel it. If I say, let's just delete these things. Let's just have my name here. Taruch. Taruch. If you guys can pronounce that name, I'll be happy. If you can't, just say Jacob. Because they have the same meaning actually. Taruch and Jacob have the same meaning. Literally. So, what I'm going to do is saying int len strlen of r and then printing the len. I'm doing it line by line. Then I'm going to use a for loop or a while loop like the example of the book, by the way. So I'm just doing it line by line so you guys can feel and see and taste what's going on in the program. So len, we expect to see 6 and we are going to see 6. Okay, 6. But the fact is that under the hood the length is 7. Okay, so it indicates actually the length is not 7. The data is it has the length of 6, but it indicates the end of that actually string with something called this, the null char, and we can write it like this, so we will not actually mess up with null. They're two different things, okay? Null is not null. This is null, not something different. So I'm in the char. So null char. This indicates the end of the string. So in the memory we have like something like this. We have T A R O K H. So this is 6 up to here. Then we have this. Okay, this is the end of this string. It will split this up to this, up to here, before the null byte. When it sees this, it it will understand. So this is the len of our string. So we can do something like this one. We can say count equals 0, like the book. The function's name is mystrlen. You can write your own strlen simply. So while the r, let's just write this one first. I can say for int I equals 0, while I is smaller than len. But why don't we say I smaller equal than len? So I'll explain it in a second. So I plus plus, and I'm going to printf. And I'm going to printf what? I'm going to printf %c with a single space and r of I. Okay. Boom. 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 So we have tarokh. If I say smaller equal than len, so we expect to see this one because it's going one more further, but we will not see it. It just adds another space, so you can indicate that this one here is the null char. So writing this program will give you a sense, okay, that this really works. This is real. This one here, the guy here is real. So we can just simply say int count equals 0. So while our count is not this one, the null char, we can say count plus plus. Okay. And then if I say printf len is my len is %d count, it gives 6. So it starts counting count plus plus while it faces the null char. When it faces the null char, it will finish. So that's how a function such as strlen works. This is the same as strlen. So now you guys can understand what is the meaning of null char. So copying a string, let's see what's going on here, and if it fits in the video. Of course, perhaps it does. You can't copy a string through the assignment operator. This is a fact in C. You can't copy a string through the assignment operator. So this is not like Python. I don't know if Python is like this. I guess it is. Let's check. I have IPython here, is good. So S3 str, so it's a keyword. So it's a taruch b equals a, so print lst. What the fuck? Yeah, it does. Of course it does. So this is not like Python, of course. No honey, no candy, everything is hard. So we have a function called strcopy. Let's just talk about it. Yeah, strcopy. It actually does fit in this video. We can talk also about the copy. strcopy, or copy in the English accent, copies src to dst, or say source to destination. And sadly, this is the destination and this is the source. Okay, so it's vice versa. Don't say source to destination. Don't mess up. So we have r of taruch here, and we must have something like the dst here with a size, must indicate the size of, for example, 100, so taruch will fit in that. Okay, and I'm going to say strcopy We said what? DST first, so DST and R. I don't know if I talked about this in the previous video, but it worth talking about it again. So with DST here. So it says Taruch, my name. Now what if after this I say, after the copy, what if I, whoa, the button just crashed. I'm sorry. Okay, solved. What if I say just person d backslash and if I say strlen of dst. Okay, so it says 6. You know, it copies, and of course it copies the null byte. So it will understand that in that place the string ends. So it's not just going to say 100. And chapter 8 is struct. So we're finished actually with the strings. But because I'm using the reference, it has a part 2, of course, I guess. It must have a part 2. We have more things to talk about. Characters and strings, yeah, part 2. So we're going to talk more and more about strings in C. So you learned str copy, strlen, size off. And here in this video we talked about actually how we can write our own strlen. You actually felt what's going on with the null char in action. So thanks for watching the videos. In the next video we're going to talk about, perhaps we're going to talk about structs, because I'm not going chapter by chapter. Perhaps I'm going to talk about pointers in the next video, because we're dealing with arrays in these videos, so pointers is a good idea. We're going to play with pointers and characters and arrays so you guys can feel it in action. Thanks for watching the 10th video. See you in the next video. It was Jacob, the Clangs Cafe. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Have a nice time.